Welcome back, everybody. We are here for episode 5 of the Sticks-N-ShiTalk podcast. We are live at 5 Central. Great spot here in River Oaks and amazing place. We got restaurant, bars, cigar lounge, amazing setting. Great spot. So if you're ever in the area, definitely check it out. If you're not in the area, drive here and check it out anyway. It's an awesome place. So episode 5. Got a lot of different topics, but first we got to light up. Jay, what are we smoking tonight?
Well, be specific, nigga. We're in Downing Street.
Downing Street. Oh,
thanks for being specific.
Excuse me.
We're in Downing Street.
Downing Street.
Downing Street is a part of 5 Central. It's where the ballers and the smokers hang out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
a
smoker, but I gotta leave to the
When the ballers show up, we gotta leave when they time comes.
Oh yeah.
They sit behind us.
I'm not even a smoker.
So, what we smoking today, fellas? I pulled this one out probably about 30 minutes before the show. This is actually in stock in Downing Street. It's the Trinidad Esteli blend. The only thing I know about this blend is it's a Nicaraguan puro. Binder, filler, wrapper is all Nicaraguan. It's an Habano wrapper. But that's about all I know of it right now.
Have you ever smoked it before?
I've never smoked it.
Has anybody ever smoked this before? I haven't either, so
I can't say that I have.
So we finna
They
see
have
what
them
this
here. They're $12. I'm not sure what kind of price point, is that comparable to, because I've never seen this stick before.
Okay.
But
let's smoke it and see how it works in the $12 price point. That 10 to 15. Let's see what.
yeah,
Let's do it.
Cut it.
Like
Smoke it.
what's a good smoke for you in that 10 to 15, $13 range? Like what's your go-to in that range?
I like the New World in that range.
Paying $10 for a New World?
they went up though.
Yeah. Inflation,
See,
dude.
when we started smoking New World,
It was like $6.
it was $6.
$6.
Now
Yeah, but I
they-
paid like
$10.
8 or 9.
Yeah.
I didn't pay 10 for
Yeah,
one.
they're like $10 now. They used to be $100 a box. Now
Yeah.
they're like $200 a box.
Wow.
Went up. So
Yeah, so
I think for $13, depending, the Añejo is like probably my favorite. Like
Okay.
that is the best goddamn
Yeah.
stick for
Hey,
$13.
For $13, it's like
Yeah.
by far my favorite stick.
Hands down. That's
So this
all
$12.75
Opus X
is-
tobacco. Yeah, I mean this shit is
Yeah.
great.
You know what's great about Añejo is really great if you let that thing just sit in your humidor for about 4 to 5 months.
yeah.
Because they send them out a little pre-aged, so they'll sit there for a little
They
bit.
only put them out once a year too.
Twice a year.
Twice a year.
They always put them out twice a year. So, let's cut this thing and get into
Yeah.
it, bro. Let's do it.
Cut it, light it, smoke it.
B.I.C.
Sticks and shit talk.
Man. I'm ready to feel this out. So this is like it'd be probably like around that medium feel. Don't look like it's too dark.
It's a medium full.
See what's popping, baby. So man, since why we lighting this up? We talking about lighting stuff up. My man Torry Lanez lit Megan, what's her name? Megan the Stallion up. I almost said Megan Fox. he lit Megan the Stallion up.
Yeah.
With 2 pea shooters in the foot.
He a hoe for that, man.
And she hit it for forever, bro. Like she tried to I guess get his back and try to not rat on him or not pimp him out, but she couldn't hold on no longer. She had to tell the world. What y'all feel
Was
about
it 2 days ago that she came out and finally said he shot her?
finally said, yo, she shot me.
I would just
Well, who else was the suspect? I mean, was there another suspect in the car?
I think she was just trying to say the gun just went off,
The
as
gun-
opposed to he
okay.
intentionally shot me. I don't know. I mean, as far as I know,
So
That sound
why
kinda
do you
goofy,
guys
but
think
okay.
she was trying to protect him then?
I think she didn't want to get in trouble.
Why would she get in trouble? She got
No,
shot.
she didn't want him to get in trouble.
Oh, okay.
no. Did you look at her her video?
No, I didn't, bro.
So her video, she said she was terrified. They had police helicopters over her head.
She didn't want to get shot right
She
there.
thought
and
she
then.
was gonna get shot. Like she was worried about literally with all this police shit going on. She's like, I need to relax and get out of this shit, alive.
But what about when she went home? It was like a week before she said
Right.
anything. And I still think, irregardless of whether she said something or not, I think it was a bitch move on Torry Lanez's part to shoot the woman.
All the way home move, bro.
A bitch move isn't even.
That's an understatement.
That was an understatement.
Understatement.
It's not even really
bitch
saying
assiness.
what it is.
Well,
You know what they told me?
what?
That he didn't know how to talk his way into Megan the Stallion, so he couldn't talk his way out of it. right? Like when
Free
your girl
game.
get mad, like you know how to calm her down. You know how to, even if she gets to the point where you can't calm her down, you should have a good enough mouthpiece to talk your way up out that situation.
Yeah.
To where you get to the point where you putting hands on anybody or shooting somebody. That
Yeah,
tells me that this dude is.
Yeah,
he
he
got
haven't-
a number on Instagram.
Yeah, he haven't mastered his masculinity enough to the point where he know how to manage her. And that's what the shit is. He can't manage his manhood. He can't manage her either.
Men like, August out. You got a lot of men today that's just bitches and breaking codes.
Jello, soft ass
Our
niggas.
August Alcinas of the world, this Torry Lanez shit, he should be green light. I'm gonna look at the camera and say, Torry Lanez should be green lighted by every gangster in America across every city. He should be violated in the worst way possible for doing that shit.
I mean, could you imagine
It's
Nick
just no
Ashford
excuse for it.
shooting Valerie Simpson? Like, come on, man. You never heard about that kind of
Actually, he did beat her though.
He should never.
Yeah, he did beat her,
walk
but he
this
didn't
country
shoot her.
ever again freely.
Yeah, I think
shoot somebody in the foot,
I
bro.
think Tori should have to line it up with her big homies.
Let's line up.
Like real talk, you should have to line it up.
Let's think about what are the things a woman could do to make you shoot her.
Shoot at you first.
Yeah,
Shoot at me
That's it.
first. That's
If
probably
If she's
about
walking
it.
down
Yeah.
the street, I mean, you get bad news. You can't hit it no more. Regardless. Let's say she said you ugly. Let's say she said your dick little. It don't matter. You don't shoot it. She a
I knew
woman.
my dick
you
was
don't
little
shoot
before she
nobody.
showed up.
Again.
Either way it go.
She was
He
the first
shot her
one.
walking away.
Somebody actually said, and I don't remember who it was on YouTube today. It was I want to say it was Daylight, bro.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because Daylight was one of my homies. I don't know if he was joking or what, but he was like, have you seen Megan the Stallion? She's an Amazonian. Now look at Torry Lanez's size.
I don't
So
care.
what?
I was looking at this stuff like, bro, are you seriously? Are you talking about?
Everybody acts like she's like 6'7". She's like 5'9".
But this the
like
thing.
she's not an like
This
she's
the
not like
thing.
humongous.
He still
She's
has-
You know, like a
5'9".
WNBA player or something.
No,
But-
bro,
but look.
even if she was, it wouldn't have mattered. But she's only like 5'9".
But this the
dog.
thing.
Like,
He still has testosterone. He has a different
My
bone
niece is a
structure.
5'9".
He was raised
Yeah.
as a man. He's still going to be stronger.
Obviously, he
just
wasn't
because
raised as a
he's-
man.
Well, he was. You right.
He was
raised
born.
as
He
a
was
bitch.
born in the male species. Is what you're trying
Maybe
to say?
not. Maybe not. I don't even know if we want to put the male species in that category.
Yeah, his
so
T count is probably really low. I'm just saying.
he
real low.
needs a testosterone shot.
Yeah, it's real low,
You
dog.
say-
Or
His
was
T
it
count?
too high? Was it too high?
Man, his-
was he,
And
was
estrogen.
His estrogen is too high.
Estrogen.
what
was
you
high.
call it, Jay? Hypermasculine.
Hypermasculinity.
Is that what we were seeing?
Hyper.
I don't know. I don't
It's
have
hyper affinity.
There's nothing to compare this to.
Nothing.
And I'm wondering, like,
Think about
what
it.
I'm thinking about, what
What's
kind of
ever happened that's comparable?
Think
to
about this. Al Green got hit with hot grits and didn't throw it in. Shit.
didn't shoot her?
Lionel Richie got beat by his wife. Didn't shoot her.
She stumped
She
all
stomped
on
the
his
shit out
nuts.
of him.
The only
Didn't
thing
Didn't
that's
shoot her.
only thing that's comparable was in the movie, and
What
this
movie?
went quick.
Quick,
Shot
but
Delarice
that wasn't his
toe
girl
off.
though. But that
His
wasn't
girl
his
or
girl.
no
though.
girl. She had it, but that was a movie. That's
That
the
was a
sad
movie,
part.
and even still, that wasn't his girl.
I don't know, man. Either way it go, that was like
Yeah, he
that
should
was,
be
that was some whole
Violated.
shit.
I saw Bun B went in on him. Everybody like, you can't do that. Bro.
I saw Bun.
What
Bun.
Bun
Bun,
say?
Bun was
He's
like,
a hoe. He say, hey, look, I know him. I know his man. I know all of them. He a hoe,
Yeah,
and that's
fuck
some
him.
bullshit. And everybody should get his ass for doing it.
It's funny
Because
because at first a lot of people were quiet about it, like his peers and
Everybody knows
contemporaries.
The reason they were quiet about it was because she said he didn't do that. So it was like everybody's like shaky
Right.
on the detail.
Right, right.
Because
Yeah.
even I was talking to a girl about it, and she was like, "Well, what if she did this? And what if like it was a female like on the same thing?" I was like, "I don't care." This is before this came out about a week ago. Well, what if she did this and what if she did that? Like, there's nothing she could do.
Now
Right.
I've seen
Now-
women get shot before, but that was some bitch shit too. We can't make it like this the first time it happened. You in the hood, you done seen it.
Yeah, a
few
woman got
times.
shot by her dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Emotional
wrong
ass,
here.
emotional ass
Yeah.
dude. That's what we're talking about.
I've seen dudes walk into a churches and blast their chick up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This shit
I mean, there's nothing.
I've seen dudes
it's wrong.
No, we've heard about dudes killing their wife because she messing with another somebody. That's like you've gone insane in the midst of she cheating and all that stuff.
Right.
That's not even a good enough excuse. What I told y'all, it's never your pussy. It's just your turn. Don't go to jail. It's a lot of dudes is locked up and doing time behind some ass that don't belong. It's your turn.
I agree.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and look, we're not minimalizing it at all.
No,
At
we're
all.
not. It's serious. We making jokes about it and laughing about it, but
we're not
that's
minimalizing
because
it.
it's so unfathomable to us that this actually popped off.
And look, I'm serious about it to the extent that you know who is not shooting women? Guys with options.
True.
But Torry got options.
No, he's got money. That's not options.
No, Torry Lanez got options. He got options. Let's be honest about it. He got options. Torry Lanez
he don't have
Megan.
He don't have a. There's not a lot of Megan the Stallions running around.
Not Megan. He got Instagram tummy tea options.
Yeah,
he got
Megan the Stallion, the Instagram version. He don't have less fame.
Yeah,
he got options.
He got fashion over options.
Right, so he got city trends off today at work options. He don't have Megan the Stallion options.
Yeah, he may not have those options, but he got options enough to
But it's still though, it's tough. You know when you see your homeboy, they got like a real bad wife, and you're like, yo, why you acting the way you act? Your wife is bad, bro. And then they break up, and he show up with a troll doll. You know what I'm saying?
But
like why? It's hard to walk back in the room when you had Megan and show back up with.
I don't think
with a chia pet.
So like, how do you top that? Like I'm gonna show up to the Grammys with a chia pet next year.
Like Jay-Z can't come back with nobody.
Look, it's like this. He may not have got another Megan the Stallion, but you guys make it like it's one fish in the sea. The man is rich as well when he got a lot of popularity.
His thought process, because obviously he didn't have the dexterity or the mouthpiece.
He a hoe.
Or self-control.
He might have done that with an Instagram model that made him mad. He a hoe. That's a character trait.
Man,
not based on what he can and can't get.
What's the moral to the story, bro? Delvin, you got to give it. What's the moral to the story?
We kind of hit on this.
Don't go to jail behind no woman.
This is not true moral to the story. What's the word? It's not yours.
It's just your turn.
All day.
Govern yourself accordingly.
We say this at least once a show, bro. And I think I'm gonna tell you understand this.
I have to keep pounding it home because the streets are not understanding. Guys out here fighting and going to jail and getting hemmed up behind some woman that she don't want you. It's okay, dude. Or if she makes you mad, don't be with her. I've never been with a woman who made me that mad that pulling out a gun on her seemed like a reasonable option.
Yeah, it was like the thing to do.
Yeah, like, I'm fresh out of options. I'm a shooter. Yeah, that'll fix everything.
You don't do what I say, ho.
Yeah, Torry a weenie.
I'm tired.
And you can't even blame it on age, because whatever age Torry Lanez is, I knew that was some dumb shit to do then.
Napoleon complex.
No, you can't blame it either. Delvin not tall. Delvin knew not to do that shit.
But he's an expert. He's not Napoleon.
You not tall. You know how to do that shit.
But I'm a player. I don't worry about that type of shit.
On that note, yo,
He's like, we're going to commercial.
Coming up next.
All right, so look, we back. As always, we always hit our political point. The last few episodes, we've been hanging and really hard on the Democratic side of the ticket. But today we're on the other side. Well, kind of. So we've had a couple things happening. The Republican National Convention is going on as we speak right now. But we could touch that. And Tyrone and I always agree that there's no point to really go at it because we already know what side they on, right? Yeah. But there's been some interesting stuff. And I know ain't nobody else want to talk about it as bad as the cornbread man next to me. Go ahead and tell them, J. Steve. What's on your mind, bro?
Cornbread man?
Cornbread.
Hold on. Did you take his cornbread?
No, he's the color of Jiffy Mix. Come on, bro. What you got?
First things first. Fuck your most expensive couch. And when I mean most expensive couch, fuck that couch.
My couch is free.
Anyway, this is some Twilight Zone shit. Richard Spencer, the leader of the alt-right, is endorsing Biden.
It's not really Twilight shit.
What?
It's the way things been reported. Richard Spencer denounced Donald Trump maybe like 6 months ago.
Yeah, he really
Richard
did.
Spencer has, and look, if you pay attention, some of his favorite presidents are Democrats. You guys just don't see that. You only get stories reported at the end of the story, not all of it. So it can either be Trump is like, look, I need you to turn the tables for me.
He was saying hail Trump in the beginning.
Yeah, who did he say before?
That was 4 years ago, though. But like 6 months ago, he did.
Yeah, it just matters. He been saying that the Trump train is over. I align with Joe Biden. He liked the policies.
And of course, Biden.
What white supremacists don't like somebody that be locking niggas up?
Y'all real talk.
Yeah. I mean, Biden did come out and denounce the support.
As he should.
It don't matter if he's
not smart.
He should have.
He was smart.
Which is smart.
I would have done that shit.
But that shows that his policies and what that guy feels are in line.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't necessarily show that. I wouldn't say that. I
Go,
would say that.
Go look it up. You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised.
Well, okay, look.
Like Tyrone say, who?
Okay, all right. Y'all hit me with some shit last week. It was like, who's? I think the question was who has supported institutionalized racism more?
Who supported the most systemic racism?
Systemic racism more? Was it, Kamala and
The left crew,
Kamala?
the left crew or the right
Left
crew?
crew or right crew? And you can go at that question, right? You can say, yeah, of course, it could be Kamala and Biden, but let's talk about blatant racism.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Trump's dad. Let's talk about the history of issues.
Yeah.
But here's my deal.
Buildings he owned.
So-
People filing lawsuits and shit.
Yeah.
So, systemic racism is one thing.
Yeah.
But how about outright racism?
I agree.
But which one is worse?
Outright racism?
Well, look,
you
I-
think
and I
I don't think so.
I beg to differ.
I wish I
Well,
had.
you can't
I
do
wish I
nothing
had
about
a.
systemic racism because it is
Look,
what it
man,
is.
check this out.
The country
That-
was
that's
built
the
on
point.
it.
But I say that's my point. Which one is worse? Would you rather be denied a job because you're black, or you got to be thrown in jail for the rest of your life because you're black?
Because look, I wish I
They're
had.
one and the same.
No, they're not.
Those
I
are
can get another
those
job.
are both systemic though.
That's both systemic.
Those are both systemic.
I wish I had the
issues.
meme. I'll post it, but it was a meme of it was two guys it was Joe Biden in a Klan outfit,
Oh, a
and
kente cloth can.
Kente Cloth Klan outfit, and then there was one with Donald Trump with the regular white one. So it's like, which one's worse? It's like you go like, oh, I like the Klan outfit in the Kente cloth. So
To me, there's no difference. I said this is
Did he have a crease
6
in
on
his
one
pants?
side, half
I think
dozen
so.
the other. But let's not get away from what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to keep banging the Biden drum today because we bang that to
look,
Yeah.
no,
Leave Biden alone this
Yeah.
week, man. Y'all
Yeah.
got people calling me saying y'all idiots and shit.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, they call
you
me and
guys
tell me
just
I'm an
afraid
idiot.
to say it, but look,
I'm not afraid to
look,
say it.
no.
But look, with Richard Spencer, it could very possibly be that Donald Trump is like, look, I kind of need you to change the tide. I need you to,
He's
make Joe
basically-
Biden
you're
look
being
like a
trolled.
bad person. Right, being trolled. Or Richard Spencer could really feel like that. Those are our only two options.
Yeah, and look, here's the issue.
I think you should jump in on the
Outs-
bandwagon
outside
with
of-
who he
outs-
knows is going to win.
Yeah, and outside of
But
us,
isn't that scary?
It's scary as fuck.
outside of us, who even knows who Richard Spencer is? I mean, we know.
I do. It's a lot of people know who
People know who
Richard
Richard
Spencer
Spencer
is.
is. Ever
Man.
since the wild.
I'm
What
with you,
was it?
Delvin.
What was it, Virginia?
Hold on.
I
Time
think
out.
that
Charlottesville? The
Time
Charlotte-
out.
He's been trolling.
I
He's
think
slapped
there
everywhere.
the people there are a lot of people who know, but there's a lot more people who don't know
Exactly.
than do know. I think that we get caught up thinking that people think and they're interested and they go as deep as we do. They really don't. Most of the majority of the world, I'm not even gonna say black people, most of the majority of the world doesn't really research the people or the politics that they're backing. And these people don't know who Richard Spencer is. They don't know who he is or what he does or what he has done. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
Yeah, but when you type his name in on Google, the first thing that comes up
But
is
why would
Charlottesville.
they type his
white
name
guy
in?
murder of
Until that article came out 2 days ago, there's no reason to type in Richard Spencer. If they did that.
I'll put it to you like this. You know why
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Richard Spencer really just backed a Democrat? Because I think we make the mistake of assuming that Democrats can't be racist. But Donald Trump is a damn Democrat. He was a Democrat.
He's been a Democrat his whole life.
He of course switched because he does whatever it takes to get a base. And that's what he has to do. Politics, I think we forget that these people are cold, calculated animals. We think that they care about feelings and being nice.
Or people
they
in
do
general.
whatever they have to do to win. So I wouldn't be surprised Donald Trump in 2014 was advocating for open borders. And so now he's talking about build a wall. These people
Right.
will say whatever. Whatever. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, a lot of their policies are Republican. So to me,
People don't understand. Even
don't
Barack
matter.
Obama ran on a straight Reagan ticket. Like everything he said was a straight Reaganomics. So, you know what I mean?
neoliberal.
So it just
Yeah, I think a lot of people, they only know who Richard Spencer is because it's come up in the news the last 48
if
hours.
they paid attention to that.
If that.
Because the name Richard Spencer doesn't spark. Oh, let me go find out what it is. If you're scrolling, Richard Spencer says this, they might not even stop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the names that they know, the Biden, Harris, the Trump, Pence names that they know, even if you see the votes.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
It's the names they know. People
You
not
know
even-
Yeah,
Richard
I'm-
Spencer if you're a white supremacist.
Yeah, I'm
That's
wondering,
one
are
thing.
people sitting around their house like, Richard Spencer endorsed Joe Biden? God, I've had it. God damn it. You know.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What's going on with Herschel Walker?
So Herschel Walker has he spoke at the Republican National Convention. I didn't see what he said there, but I saw an interview he did with his son, where they said that black people are the most racist people around. I've seen
That's what Herschel said.
Herschel's like, we some of the most racist people. They're saying that Trump is a good guy. And they totally went on the other side, bro. Him, Jaheim, they had another black dude speak. They asked, but they do that. They're always going to find their tokens.
I'm going to say it like this. In my opinion, as a collective, I think it's hard to say that. But on the individual, I don't judge nobody. That'll be like me judging somebody say they like Joe Biden. I may not. That may not be my particular predilection. But I don't know what he did to those people. For example, if you're connected to somebody who got out of prison based on the policy that he signed, would he be good to you? If your family, so that's all I'm saying is these things fall on individuals, and we want to look at it as a whole. But everybody's different. Now, would I say that? No. I noticed in the convention, Republicans have a very hard time admitting systemic racism. They kept saying, "There's no such thing. America is not racist." I say, "What you think this motherfucker is built and thrive on?"
Right.
And so
100%.
that's their problem. You see what I mean? But as an individual, I can't say what these people feel because I don't know what he's done for them. Herschel Walker got money. He might like them tax cuts.
Yeah.
He might have got some of
It's
that.
it's just more overt with them. That's all.
Yeah.
He's still tone deaf.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said. It's like you said a while back, Jay. It's like, do you want your shit steaming hot or you want it with sprinkles? It's that's your.
You want to soft shit.
I think honestly, we got to get over judging people off of who they like, because this is what happens. You guys are going to be surprised at how many people go out and vote for Trump that you don't think we're going to because they afraid to say it. And when people be like, "You a grown man afraid," people don't want to be against the mob. And I talk to a lot of people, and when you talk to people and you get to hearing them, people say shit in public. But when they get to agreeing and saying certain shit and you can really catch how they feel, y'all going to be surprised because voter shaming don't work. It might work to where they don't say nothing. Right. But it's quiet when you go in there and pull that.
And the thing is, I think the saddest thing is that we can't have the discussion that, hey, I feel a certain way, you feel a certain way. We can discuss anything. We can discuss Clorox, we can discuss Nikes, we can discuss anything. But when it comes to politics, if I feel something different than you, then hey, I just don't want to talk to you.
I hate you.
I hate you. I can't talk to you.
Everybody's life is different, bro.
And then what happens is
Miles,
people can't express their real views.
You know, I think it was a comedian said this shit. It was like, "Hey, how did you vote in the last election?"
That was Dave Chappelle. Hey, no, don't talk about that. So I was fucking my wife in the ass, right? Right. We can talk about anything in the world. That was Dave Chappelle. That was one back in the day. Hey, John, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
I don't talk about personal business. So I had my wife in this hole, right?
That shit was hilarious.
And when you're talking about people not being honest about when pollsters are interviewing them or out on the street amongst their friends, there's actually a word for that. I don't know if you've heard it. It's called the Wilder effect.
Yes, it is. Yep.
And that was when Doug Wilder was running for office. He was polling really, really, really well. Yeah. And then when the actual election took place, he got blown out.
Right.
And when they talked to people in exit polling, they found out nobody wanted to admit that they were actually voting for Doug Wilder. Right. So it throws your polls off. And the same thing happened in the 2016 election. Right. Well, Hillary's going to win. She's polling really, really well. Go back and look at the polls the day of. She got a 98% chance of winning, and it evaporated like that.
Yeah. You guys.
So shaming doesn't work.
This one. You guys mind if I end this one?
Be my guest.
Close it out, man.
Look, I would say this. I understand that everybody has their different feelings about politicians and stuff, and I understand it. I understand not liking neither one of them because I think both of them bastards suck, period. And so everybody comes up differently. I think we get too busy trying to judge people based on what we like. But I don't know what happened in somebody else's life. I don't know what they like. I don't know how somebody else helped them. So I don't really judge people off of who they like. We should be civil with each other because then we can really see the problems. But as long as we arguing about bullshit, we going to keep running in the same circles. So, let people like who they like and try to educate them instead of bashing them, because bashing them isn't going to help. That's it.
Facts.
Big facts.
Man, and we're back. So tell me, man, what you at right now, bro? I'm smoking my stick. I'm not going to lie. My liquor that I'm drinking, I have an old fashioned. I'm not gonna tell you what liquor's in it, but it's kind of overwhelming the stick, and I'm kind of trying to get through this so I can really get another good feel of the stick. And it didn't pair well with my stick, and it's not the stick's fault. It was just the liquor just did not go well with the stick. So what y'all at right now?
I don't know. I'm getting some cream. I'm getting some subtle notes, woody. But nothing else right now. I mean, I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting any white pepper, any black pepper. I'm not getting no spice. You know, it's just kind of straightforward, oaky, woody, creamy.
Yeah, really smooth.
It's smooth though.
Yeah, good draw.
Good though. Good stick. Good construction.
It's very creamy. I'm getting the cream. I like the construction of it, the nice even burn. I'm not getting I'm not getting too many flavors on my palate. I get a little bit of woodiness. I can't name the tree to go lick to compare it to. But I can
Spruce pine.
I can't tell you if it got. You say what? Sports pine?
Spruce pine.
Spruce pine. Yeah, I can't tell you if it's
man.
oleander or spruce pine.
You know, y'all got those California roots, but me and Delvin got those Southeast Texas roots, bro. We used to these trees, bro.
I thought I would get a little bit of fruitiness by the way it smelled at the foot before I lit it, but I'm not getting that right now.
I mean, it's a very smooth smoke. Is it mild? Is it?
No,
it's medium.
Here's the funny thing. It says medium full. But
I'm not getting medium. Yeah, I'm getting a medium mild. I'm not getting the mild full. That's what made me ask.
I kind of pushed it through. I kind of did some retro hell in the last couple of smokes, so I can kind of get a feel for it, so I can comment on it. But I definitely get the smooth, creamy feeling that you guys are talking about.
We know you like the smooth, creamy feeling.
Yeah, we do. That's why me and your mom get along really well. Because she is one of the smoothest, creamiest mofos I've ever met in my life.
No, he said you like to taste cream.
I do.
He do.
His mom tastes like cocoa butter Jergens.
Hey, look, that's his boyfriend's name. His mom. That's what he called him to throw it off. You talk to his mom? Wink, wink.
Hey, man. Only you know if your mom is man or woman, bro. That's between you and
Wink,
your family, bro.
And the cold part is you willing to accept it, though. See,
hey, man. This 2020, bro. We do things different nowadays.
No, not me. You keep
with the way your mama getting
that.
it in, I can kill less if she was a fraud.
Now you remember you call your boyfriend your mama to throw people off.
Him like asshole cream.
He love it. He said, "Him 2020, we do things
Hey,
different."
man, let me say this.
No, we don't.
Real talk, man. Yo, don't call us talking about, hey, man, you shouldn't be saying that. This is our love for each other. This is how we do it, bro.
Yeah,
all the time. We just bring it to you on camera.
It's a podcast.
It's
Anyway.
podcast, yeah.
Don't
Don't call us talking about, you know what I'm saying? We all know our parents, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know what the deal is. It's not disrespectful. No, I'm just talking about people that say, like, yo, man, y'all shouldn't be.
We got away from the radio to bypass all that bullshit.
No, we're not talking. I'm not talking about the
You talking about
appropriateness.
people with hurt feelings?
People, yeah, hey, man, you shouldn't be saying
Yeah.
that.
We would be mad. We
You
would
shouldn't
Mom.
let him talk about your mama like that.
Say, Mom, that was inappropriate.
Look.
The vaginal word of vaginal words.
Yeah,
Inappropriate.
And then there's the thing. After I explained to Miles' mom that, that I wouldn't be putting our individual shit out there, she understands. She said, "Baby, you go ahead and do it. Then pack me a lunch and send me on my way." That's what happens. That's what happens. Matter of fact, she's calling me now. Let me tell her to hold the fuck up. We recording. Badass son over here starting shit. But yeah, the stick is great. The stick is great.
Good goddamn stick, man.
Good goddamn stick, boy. Well,
That's
shit.
exactly.
Would you say this would be a good breakfast stick? Good coffee one?
No, I say like me.
Definitely good coffee.
Definitely would be like. I don't drink coffee. It'd be a great tea stick. I agree with you on that one.
You should start drinking coffee and then smoke this with it.
I don't drink coffee,
What
bro.
about chai? What about chai?
I like
I
Chai
chai.
tea, yeah, chai tea.
It'd be
yeah.
great chai tea
would be
stick.
great.
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee at all, bro. But this is a great chai tea stick. I agree with that.
Who doesn't pair their sticks with hot drinks?
I learned that from you. I've been smoking about 6 years, and I never really paired.
I learned from you and Rob how to pair with hot sticks. It may have been 6 years ago,
Hot
but
drinks?
yeah, I didn't. And so like real talk, like I don't ever really tell this story. It's kind of crazy because you got to kind of. And I'll be honest, I'll get out of here. So when we were smoking Envy, y'all would tell me about how to pair sticks with coffee and drinks and stuff, and I was like, nah. But I was working from home, so like I started going to like Starbucks in the morning and getting sticks, and I would smoke when I was working home, and I really paired it with it. And about a year or so before that, my mom had passed away, right? And so crazy, like if you hear these stories, I think people are crazy. Y'all may call me crazy for this story, but I had a friend of my mom taught at my high school, and I had a friend of mine. She called me, and she didn't know my mom had passed away, and so she went to high school with me because she had seen that somebody else with high school with had put up a picture of my mom, and so she was talking to me, and we had a long conversation, like 2:00 in the morning conversation. I was smoking sticks on the patio, and she, come to find out, was one of those people that, like, I guess I don't know what you call them, but like people come through and talk to them. My mom was talking to me through her.
Clairvoyant,
because like my mom, because she was saying, I hadn't talked to this girl in 20 years, and she was saying stuff about my house.
Bitch would have to get out of my house though.
No, she wasn't in my house, but it was on the phone. It was on the phone.
Oh, okay.
It was on the phone, but she was telling me stuff that there's no way she would know. And one of the last things she told me was, your mom said stop drinking the coffee. And since that day, I've never drank coffee. That's stuff she would not even know. I don't know where that came from.
Wow.
So like that's why I don't drink coffee, but I do pair it with tea and stuff. But yeah, y'all are actually, you and Rod are the ones who taught me how to pair it with hot drinks.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
It's a crazy
I think
story, but
this
it's
would be good with some hot
drinks.
drinks.
I know, so we do. I mean, I had to after Delvin not Delvin Tyrone, keep ragging on my mama, man. I got to tell him, like, yo, man, you hurt my feelings. I got to go home and meditate over this at night.
Here he go. Here he go. He the one. He started the Baba jokes. And then he want to give us the story real quick, but it's all right.
No, it's all good. It's true.
Your mama really
shit,
Machiavelli.
dark-ass
She stayed with me,
spiritual
baby boy.
Shit,
Yeah, we went deep on that one.
just went down. The whole conversation.
It did. You know, like. So do I mean no more mama jokes?
Nah, bro, don't do that.
Absolutely not.
So
Absolutely
look,
not.
speaking of some really, like, terrible news that we get was it yesterday? Another brother got shot by the police.
That was in where? What was that?
That was in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
The day before that, it was in Lafayette, Louisiana, right?
No,
2 days before that?
It was 4 days.
Okay.
And it was one in Houston a couple days ago.
I didn't even know I went to Houston until you
Yeah,
mentioned.
actually, we were smoking
Yeah.
at a lounge Saturday, and the one of the cops
We
that
saw
was
it.
with us,
We
he
saw it.
showed us the video.
Really?
And he said, this is going to come out tomorrow. Get ready for it.
Yeah.
And the
I
dude
didn't
was
know
on
about
his
that.
knees. He was on his knees.
Yeah.
Hands up.
Yeah.
Now, in Wisconsin, this is my question. I think the police officers are going to get away with it because the way that these laws are written. So I think sometimes we get so emotional based on what we see, till we skip the problem in the law. If you want to stop seeing this, it has to be something to where, like, you can't shoot them for walking away, because they're going to say, well, we don't know what they were going to do. We don't know what they had in their hand.
Right.
So you would have to legislate that. And if we never legislate it, it's never going to change. At this point, people are just going to be pissed off just to be pissed off. So we have to be able to directly speak upon what exactly we're pissed off about and how to change it. Otherwise, we just mad.
Yeah, the walking away stuff is tricky because, like the guy in Lafayette, he was walking away, and he put his hand on a convenience store to walk in.
Yeah.
Now, at the time, the person who was taking the video said he had a knife.
Right.
He did not have a knife.
I thought that, and I was wrong about
He had
that.
a mobile phone.
Yeah.
Can I say something? I think there's right and there's wrong, and the law doesn't define that. Right? So at one point, slavery was right by the law. It was legal.
Right.
Right or wrong. I'm not saying that they're going to get away. I know they're going to skate the law the way they're going to skate the law. That does not make it right or justifiable for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's legal does not make it justifiable.
Yeah, and to Tyrone's point, what they're going to go behind is if he was giving you a lawful command, whether you think it's justified or not, they're going to say he was giving you a lawful command and you didn't follow it.
They have enough tactics. You can pull them down. You can fight them. You can.
Yeah, I mean, they should.
Handcuff
I don't know what
they have a taser.
All those coulds don't mean they have to. We have to remember this. Law is not written with morality. And so we're looking for morality out of these people. These people not having morality. They looking like, for all of them, 7 shots?
It's a lot.
For them people,
The Lafayette guy was 11.
11. So for them shots to go off damn near simultaneously means they're being trained to do something. So when you reach a certain point in their mind, it triggers to shoot. And when that trigger
But
go, they
it doesn't
shoot.
trigger for everybody. And I know
It's wrong
tough.
regardless.
It's
I
wrong
believe it's
regardless.
wrong.
And I think it's tough because we see a lot of people who aren't black in worse situations just get handcuffed and taken home. And I know it's tough because the cops in Louisiana or the cops in Wisconsin weren't the cops in wherever. They're not the same people, so they have different triggers. But I think this just goes to my adage that black people are the spiders of the United States.
Well, here, let
You know what I'm saying?
me say this too, and I know people kind of hate when I say this, and I believe there's a lot of truth to what you're saying. I also believe that if you look up, you'll see people of all races getting shot, but we get highlighted the most because it plays with our emotions, and it's good for. No. I bet you. I bet you.
No, the numbers are higher, period.
No. I'm not saying.
Data doesn't support that.
I'm not saying that it's only. What I'm saying is, it doesn't only happen to us. It does happen to us more.
A lot more.
And look, and this is the thing. I don't like just stopping it there because we get harassed more. We get beat on more. So you can only say murder, but what I'm saying is there's a reason that, okay, for example, and you guys can look it up. If you put if a white officer shoot a white man, they never put the color. But if it's a white officer and it's a black man, they always put the color. That's a trigger. That's a trigger.
But
so
it could be because we only make up 13 to 15%.
Either it's a trigger. What I'm trying to say is, if you're going to look at it the same. We do have a problem. I'm not negating that. But what I'm saying is, it's also used as a trigger. So I say that to say this.
High level trolling.
So I say that to say exactly. I say that to say this. We have to be cogent in the way we attack it instead of just being emotional, because they put it out there for us to be emotional and not smart. That's all I'm saying, because it does happen. I could tell you, I look at this stuff every day. I could tell you story after story after story of white people getting shot by white officers. It never make the news. But when a black person gets shot by a white officer, it's going to make the news.
Isn't it not making the news because of the disparity in the percentages?
I don't know, man. Some of them are really atrocious, man. Some of them are. And what I'm saying is, I'm not negating or saying that we don't have an issue. What I'm saying is, they also use the issue to fuck with our emotions as well. You see what I'm saying? And it works. Yeah. And so we do all this. We get so upset to where we're not attacking the problem right. You see what I'm saying?
You just attack the symptom.
We're attacking the symptom. So I would say we got to attack the problem. But
so the question is, how do you? So as I asked me, what's the solution?
I would say the solution is to get on. I don't think politics is going to save us in this current state, but I do think
you haven't yet.
I do think we have to stop taking platitudes, and we shall overcome, and figure out. Say, well, you know what? This thing right here.
Get the fuck away from symbolism.
Yeah, this is my thing. So if you want it, you have to legislate exactly the problem. So there has to be a rule saying, well, what is the level of threat if somebody's walking away? We have to redefine when you can shoot somebody. You see what I mean? Because right now it's too wide open. It's too wide open. It's too open to interpretation.
If you looked at that video in Lafayette, you can tell those cops were like fucking coyotes. They were waiting for something to occur
if he did
to where they can all let loose.
If you take one more
and
step.
They practically all let loose at the same time. I mean, there's 11 shots in that quick of a second. It was 11 shots.
That's what I'm saying about them shooting simultaneously like that. Right. It's something that triggers them to do it.
Yeah,
and it's legal. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's my point, is it's legal. So, maybe we do something to where somebody yell out and one person shoot. They can do something to coordinate it to where people aren't getting shot so many times.
What do you got? What do you guys got to say to the militant wing of Black America that says eye for a motherfucking eye?
I say, if that's what you're ready for, that's what you're ready for. Again, everybody's individuals. If that's what you want to do, handle your business.
Here's the deal. I understand the sentiment, and I understand where that anger comes from. I definitely understand the sentiment. Yeah. But I will say this: we're not ready for that.
You're not ready for that.
We say we are.
That's why I say it's an individual thing.
We won't even miss work on Monday to go downtown and protest. Now I'll protest after 5. But I'm saying I'm not protesting. I gotta go to work first. You know what I'm saying? We're not ready to make the sacrifices. The people who talk about voting so much change things. Voting changed a little bit, but the real progress happened when people were willing to make sacrifices of their own to fight a fight.
We're too comfortable to make sacrifices.
We're way too comfortable.
We're not going to sacrifice shit.
I say this all the time.
But time
who gives
Twitter.
us the blueprint now? And they've taken it from the Jim Crow era and from the Civil Rights Movement. But the blueprint is the LGBTQ community. Yeah. I don't care what you say. They will make the sacrifice of anything for their point, for their stance. They're going to show up at your house. They're going to show up at your place of business.
And nobody beat them down for it either.
No, that's true.
Nobody beat them down for it.
You wouldn't dare touch them.
We beat each other down for if our solutions, are contradicting to what everybody else wants
I've told you why that is, Tyrone. There is a hierarchy of grievances on the left. All grievance groups are not created equal. So don't think that you black people are equal to the LGBT community or pick your other grievance group.
We're not. But the reason we're
No,
not
they-
equal,
no, we-
but we're not equal because we don't demand it. And the reason we don't demand it is because we don't want to make
Exactly.
the sacrifice to actually do it. And we
And
just
you don't-
figure,
and you don't
if we
have the
go vote-
lobbying
If we go
group
vote for, we go vote for whoever says they cool with us. We feel like that's
Whoever
all we
talks
needed
nice.
to do. Not even
Right.
talks nice. Whoever puts the OJs up on the stage, we'll
No.
go vote.
I mean,
Fuck
because
that, yo. we don't really want to
Whoever
make that
James
move.
Clyburn
Yeah.
say to vote
I mean,
for.
because we're always
Yeah.
trying to ally with somebody. We're always trying to get
And the
somebody on
first
our
thing
team.
that we say
and-
when we get power is, well, we can't really use it because we're black. Nobody else feels that way but us. And if that's the problem that we have, that we're cool with.
Well, it's about
assimilation.
having political influence too, being in the right fields as far as
That's not us. Don't let us have that.
advertising,
Prime example,
things like
right?
that.
The kids of Flint, they just got their money recently.
Yeah.
And what, $600 million ain't shit compared to what happened to all these children.
Especially over the time
Yeah.
that has had going on.
And
lingered.
the water still ain't fixed.
Right.
Right.
Who went to jail for that?
Nobody.
Nobody.
And
As
that's
my
what
man
I
Keith
ask
would say,
people. I
nobody.
in this span, two different administrations, and so when people get to they're so much better. I think I got to see some of the people that are going to, and I'm not going to say nobody's name, but who one person running who they're looking at to put in their cabinet. People just don't want to take the time to go look out and see these people affiliations. It's the same lobbyists that used to be for the other side. They just feel
Right.
like he's going to lose, so they're transferring their money. The same people.
Right.
So the same people that they answering to now is going to be the same people they answering to coming up. And that's why they're going to tamp down any expectations that you have early. Early. They already telling you, we're not giving you none of that shit you want, but I'm a nice guy.
Right.
Yeah, we're playing Black Lives
speaking of
Matter.
rock-
We're playing Black Lives Matter in the street. Pat you on the butt.
But-
Tell you it's gonna be
Right.
okay,
Right,
but
right.
we're not gonna give you anything meaningful.
Have any of the people running, for this next election, have any of them spoken out against these?
In my Keith
these
Sweat
killings?
boys, nobody.
Because does
Well,
anybody said anything? I don't
no,
know. I really don't know.
And again, we talked about this, I think, last show, but I know
They
Biden.
take the wait and see approach.
I know Biden was losing a lot of support among police unions, and that was right before he brought Kamala Harris on board, who was police unions love her,
Yeah.
and then his support among police unions doubled
Yeah.
after he appointed her, after he announced her as his VP.
Yeah.
So he was losing because he wasn't speaking out about what's going on, Black Lives Matter and such. He's caught in the middle. Like it's like he's traditionally had a lot of support from police,
Yeah.
and then now he's caught
Because the paradigm
Yeah,
shift.
exactly.
The paradigm shift. My main thing is this. You know what? When it comes down to these killings, I think we do have to try to figure out a way to attack the laws and attack how things are legislated. Because just being mad is never going to do us any good. And when we look at the headlines, I understand the anger because I feel the same anger. But my thing is, remember that they are also doing this to fuck with you and attack it correctly.
Nobody gives a shit about black folks' anger.
No.
There's nothing that comes behind it. There's no push behind it. There's no work behind it.
And
Tear
let's
the statue down, we'd be okay.
Yeah. And let's be honest, right now, it's good to promote. You know why? Because it gets good ratings.
Good for business. And so does, and this is what I'm saying, because I've studied this stuff, so does white officer kills black man. It's great for
Rating.
them.
It's great ratings.
Look, this is what kills me. The profitability in Black Death. Oh my gosh, Black Death is a market.
crazy.
The t-shirts go up 1,000.
It's a market, but the media also uses it to play with us. And I study these things. And what I'm trying to say is sometimes it'll be somebody in the wrong, but they still going to play that up to mess with you. And they're not going to tell you he wrong for 2 or 3 days
Right.
until you make a fool of yourself. You see what I'm
That's why
saying?
you're not
So what I'm
supposed to say
saying
shit on
is
the front
let's
end.
just play the game and let's figure out how to defeat this shit.
I'll give you a really, really good example. Remember when the George Zimmerman thing happened?
Yeah.
And the guy was clearly Hispanic. You look at a picture of him.
Yeah.
So what they say? He was a white Hispanic. What
Speaking
the hell is that?
Speaking of profits, hoodies, Skittles, and Arizona tea went up 1,000.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Everybody want to make a picture. create a picture, make a post.
Yeah, but
nobody wanted to do shit.
I want to make it clear though that I'm definitely not saying that there isn't a problem with police and the way they do us. I've been done bad by the police a few times.
Yeah, no
myself.
doubt. We have.
So I will definitely always make sure that that's a point. But I also like to juxtapose that with the fact that sometimes when people know something's a problem and they know they bother you, they know how to get under your skin and make you not think clearly as well.
We're doing it just to fuck with you.
Yeah. And so they do that to us, and it have us out here just running crazy. We gotta realize the game. This shit is chess.
Right.
It's chess.
Do you think black people could ever play chess? Do you think we'll ever get together enough to actually play chess?
Yeah, if they listen to people like us and stop calling us crazy.
No, it ain't gonna happen. Man. They call me. Bro. I think they stop.
My chessboard is real dusty right now, so I'm looking for some chess
I
partners.
haven't played in years.
Yeah, but look, on the murders, what do you guys think about them? I call them murders. I think anything that's excessive is a problem. We talking 7 and you guys say 11 shots? Come on, how much does it take to subdue a person? And that's what I mean.
One
for
shot
shit like that to be legal.
Torry Lanez didn't even shoot him 7 times.
No.
For
shot
that,
twice.
For
Twice,
people,
yeah.
for police officers to be able to get away with that, also means they are trained for those things.
To shoot
you
to
see
kill.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I look at it like this: we in a pandemic right now, and people are losing money. 30 million people are supposed to be unemployment or losing their homes or something like that. You still got police officers out here trying to give you a ticket for going 31 and a 30. So they don't give a shit about what's really going on,
Actually,
and they get that directive right there from your man.
I will
so
say
do
this,
not
though.
believe the hype.
I will say this though, not to deflect or diffuse what's going on. I hope this doesn't. About 3 or 4 years ago, it was this was still a top topic, right? I got pulled over by a police officer. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I had an unpaid ticket, and he came up to me, and he was an older white guy, and he was nervous because he didn't know if he should take me to jail or not. And he said it. He was like, I know with everything going on, I don't know what to do. Please just get home safe and take care of paying your ticket. Like he openly said it. Like, I know things that were going. I don't want. Like he was stumbling over. He
don't
want
to be on the news.
He don't want to be one of those guys.
Right.
And that's good. He shouldn't want to be one of them guys.
And that's the thing. Like that's the power you have in fighting.
Yeah.
If you actually do it and be consistent with it.
Right.
We're not. We just want to vote, and I'm not knocking the vote, but we don't want to do anything else on top of that. Voting matters if you do other stuff with it for your vote to count on the back end of it.
We don't want to make the people we vote for do anything. We want to vote for them
accountability.
and
let them sit there.
and build monuments of them in the corner by the mirror and shit. You know what I'm saying? Without actually making them do anything. And I agree with you, Miles. When it comes to other groups, they will do things directly for their group. When it comes to black people, they will say, we can't do anything just for black people. DACA, and that's not just, because it was mainly for Mexicans by the numbers. But we do got to remember with stuff like that, we also have black immigrants and stuff like that.
Yeah, black Hispanics.
Yeah, plenty. And
A lot.
Caribbean, all over the world. So
Black
I don't want to
African-
marginalize like that. But we can look at certain things and say, well, certain groups do get things legislated for them right away. Lori Lightfoot in Chicago, she got elected. First thing she did was for her vote. She's black, but she's LGBTQ as well. So we got to look at that stuff.
She looks horrible.
Yeah.
Lori Lightfoot, well, she's up and down. She was like, no, we don't want the police. And then when they was about to come to her neighborhood, she was like, wait, let them come.
Right. Which
She
makes
looks
you look
like Dagwood.
I was gonna say Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
That's
Beetlejuice.
close.
All right.
That was a lot.
So on that,
I shouldn't have said
what's
that.
the moral? Tyrone, I'm going to let you clean this up. Clean it up, finish it up for us. This is your shit. What you got?
The moral of the story is that, police definitely, they treat us bad. And I think I'm not going to say only get fixated on the murder part, because that is the ultimate worst part.
Fixated.
But I would also like
KTI.
people to keep in mind the harassment. I would also like people to keep in mind it's hot outside. A pregnant woman today done got her car towed because she's a couple days late on her tags. It's a lack of empathy that happens with the police officers. But empathy is not mixed with the law. The law is not empathetic. So if you want somebody to be empathy, you got to find a way to get that into the law, or we're going to keep seeing the same shit over and over again. You got to change the law.
Don't have to change the law. For the law to change, we got to actually stand up and make sure we want it to change.
It's easier said than done.
It
is. But
is.
I think if we've seen anything over the last 6 months, is that even if it's symbolism and even if it's pandering, if you fight hard enough, people will come to your side. We just don't fight hard enough because we don't believe. We haven't fought in 40, 50, 60 years for anything.
What's a politician's biggest fear?
Losing an election.
Losing an election.
Because they'll have to get a real job after that.
Anything to not lose power.
No, they don't want to lose the election because they don't go back and tell their wife that they got to go back to those regular salaries that they had before they became.
Yeah, and look, that's the thing that we are so afraid to threaten them with is a loss. You threaten people with a loss. Look, if you go make your woman mad enough, she gonna threaten to leave your motherfucking ass, and you gonna fix all the problems. You know when men get right. When they girls start getting looked at by somebody else, and that attention start going somewhere else. Entanglement.
Speaking of which, that's gonna bring us to the next segment. So hold on to that thought. We're gonna be right back. Catch that next segment because trust me, Delvin finna go in.
Welcome back to Sticks and Shit Talk. We're about to get into talking a little bit of more shit. We got Delvin, the expert. He put something in the group today. I haven't got to hear it all, so let me know what's going on so we can talk about it.
All right, man. I'll give you the cliff notes since you don't read our group text. Now that that's out there.
I was busy.
Okay, I was
being productive.
You're being productive? Okay, I was being non-productive.
You putting the red wire to the black wire.
Right.
No, not today.
Not today. Okay. All right.
He was working late.
So, a friend of mine posted a post, and the gist of it was there's a guy, because him and his wife been together a while, things are not so hot, not so steamy. So he goes to her and say, hey, you know what? I've been feeling a little restless. I'm looking at other women. I'm thinking about seeing other people. I think the streets are checking for me. So I think it would be a good idea if we just have an open relationship. We date other people, see other people, and see how it goes. We'll try it for 3 months. So the wife initially was against it, so he kept bringing it up. So she finally relented. She said, okay, cool, we'll try it for 3 months. So about a month into it, he finds out the streets is not checking for him like that.
But
his shit is real dry. But the wife is really hot in the streets. Niggas is checking for her.
That's always
the streets are really, really, really looking out for her. And she's getting a lot of action, a lot of dates, a lot of entanglements.
Did they have rules?
Were they in love? Did they like each other?
They liked each other. I mean, that's what I gathered.
So the rules were that they were always open and honest about who they were dating. At least
complete honesty.
And they would tell them what was going on and what happened. And they would have certain nights. So they always have somebody home kids.
Yeah,
so
they would have
out certain nights. She gets certain nights.
Yeah, he would get Monday, Wednesday, Friday. She would get like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
So basically what happened was his nights were dry as fuck.
Dusty.
Her nights were loaded. Some nights she wasn't even coming home till noon.
Yeah, that's always
She was coming back from brunch.
That happens unless you got money. If you don't got no money, your options are going to be lower.
Now,
but a woman don't gotta look. I tell Cass this all the time. You cannot be insecure over your woman going out because she can go to the gas station with a bag on her head and she gonna get hollered at before she get out the car.
If you like your chick, there's another nigga that like your chick.
Even
all
more.
Day.
Women get got at way more than men. So if you a man, you better do your calculation right. She gonna get a whole bunch of weenie before you get a little bit of booty.
Right. So he finds this out. So the whole situation goes sideways. She's getting mad entanglements, and he's starting to feel some kind of way about it. He's feeling
he getting ogged.
Yeah, he's getting ogged. He's feeling some kind of way about it. He's telling her, hey, you know what? I kind of had a change of heart. I want to shut this down. We good. And she's like, nah, nigga, this is your idea. I got like 3 side dudes.
So what happened was it happened during COVID.
Yeah.
So she was like, this don't count toward our 3 months.
Yeah, so I got she's like, I got 2 months left after the quarantine is over.
He found out she was hot up under his drawers.
He's like, no, it's over.
Yeah.
She like,
So she's like, I still got to keep my side dudes. I got to send them some nudes.
Hispanic maid from
I got to keep it popping.
He ain't going to be able to take that.
Yeah, he's really in his feelings.
Yeah, you know what?
So he found out the hard way. He's not really built for that work. He's not really built for that situation.
I'm realistic. I know that if I was to tell my woman, let's just go ahead and
see other
get
people.
much ass as you want, and I get much ass as she want. If I want, she's
we'll
going
come
to
back
win
together.
the race. She is going to win the race. If this is a race, She's going to run a lap
there's
before
no
I run
question.
100
The
meters.
only way that works is
Unless I'm buying it.
no.
Hey, yeah, that
But
too.
even still, the only way that works is if you satisfy with your 25 points a game, as long as she getting her 50. Like you gotta
Right.
understand,
You
like,
gotta be okay with that.
You got to
be
know
okay
your
with that.
limit.
Yeah.
And that's not the case, bro. He was not feeling that. He was not about that life.
Could you
See,
do it?
what happened was
Could I do it?
Could you do it?
So here's the deal.
Look.
I could do an open relationship if I knew she was really about open relationship, like she really did it and she was down for it. I know going in what it is. Now I know I'm not gonna get nearly as much play as she is.
But see, you're doing what he didn't do. He overestimated his sexual market value.
See, here's what happened.
Right.
He overestimated his stock price.
We've all been in this situation as guys. I'm not gonna put you out there and say y'all have. I'm gonna say I've been in this
Too
situation.
late. We all been in this situation.
But
I'm
I'll
not
say
going to
this.
say all of us.
Well,
Tyrone said, "Whatever you talking about,
Always
I've done
throwing
it."
us under the
so
bus.
here's the
Cock
deal.
blocking motherfucker.
Always.
No, here's the deal. So we all know we've been with a girl we dating, and we got some girls on the side pumping us up. And we're like, you know what? Those two birds look better than one in the bush. And then we get out there in their yard, and they fly off. And we're like, oh, shit, we don't have no birds.
You got chicken feet.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. That's true. The only time that open relationship concept worked with me is when me and Miles' mom first tried it. The only thing is I was getting way more ass than her because she likes me so much.
You was getting way more.
Yeah, because she didn't want to give it away.
Oh,
She didn't want to give it away. She would take me. She would give me a ride and rub my back as I did it.
Wow.
She was down, boy. But any other time, I don't know if I could take it though.
Any other time is no bueno.
I don't know personally if
you
I
could do it.
take
Hey, fuck you and your Fat Albert hat, nigga. God,
Yeah, man. I didn't tell your mama to buy me this hat. I just told her I'd wear it.
Anyway,
Oh my
back
God.
to the subject at hand, bro.
So, the whole point of it is the guy, he opened that door. And initially she was hesitant, but she found her niche. She found her groove. So, for a lot of the guys that are wanting to present these things, wanting to open that door with their wife, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying be really, really
Understand
honest
it.
Don't
and
be
true with
sorry.
yourself.
Be true with yourself.
Be true with yourself.
Here's the deal.
If you can handle this,
Here's the real deal. You gotta understand.
What do
your
you
wife-
guys think?
Your wife's LeBron and you are Kyrie.
you're gonna
I
always
ain't
be
understand
Kyrie.
it. She
You're not
won
even
that
Kyrie
championship.
though, bro.
You
like
J.R.
You like J.R.
Yeah.
Smith. And your wife is out there in the streets, King James, with King James.
With King
You know what I'm
James.
saying?
Yeah.
Look, you got a bag lady or something. That's
Yeah,
what
so-
you got to deal with.
So
Oh,
let's
is this
get
what you want?
Are we ready to get a female point
Yeah,
of
I
view?
think we're ready to get a female.
Yeah, yeah,
break
yeah.
on it.
You come have a seat right here, young
Yeah.
lady,
Jeez.
and you tell us, because
Kiona.
we can't have a relationship conversation without including the female.
Yeah.
This
Exactly.
time,
Y'all normally do.
all right, well,
How y'all doing?
How you
lace us up. What's going on?
So
It's
I-
Miss Kawana in the building. What you got?
It's Kiana.
Yeah.
Kiana. my
Kiana.
bad.
Kiana. It's like everybody has a different phonetic.
Well,
line.
you know when you seeing
Name.
Facebook names that say something totally different.
Well, I kind of changed my name, but not legally.
Not
She
legally.
just
Okay.
ain't changed it on Facebook yet.
So,
So
like
so
my
what you want us to
government
call
name.
you?
Well, y'all can call me Kiana.
All right,
Okay,
then
Kiana.
Kiana's what
I
it's
mean,
rocking
we
with.
already went
Okay,
with that.
Kiana. So,
Thank you.
he brought something different and new to his relationship with his wife. That's all good. You should do that. Totally cool. But he wasn't ready for the reality of it. He was ready for the idea of it.
I feel like he opened Pandora's box and he was surprised when some shit popped out. Like, oh,
Wah,
that's
wah,
what we
wah.
on.
Right.
But I mean,
was on
you
a
signed
bunch of
up.
them. She was on a
signed
bunch
up
of
for
them.
that. You asked for that. I think he felt like she didn't have enough juice.
So
That's
let
what I
me
think.
ask you this. Do you
like
think
he was the only one that she was good for?
So
her?
you think a lot of guys, when they want to bring these things to their relationship, but they're afraid of the result, that not that she's going to judge them and react negatively to it, but that she will react positively to it.
See, because I would think that most women wouldn't even agree to something like that unless she just knows she got the juice.
Hold on, but you know what that comes to? Really knowing you're a woman. A woman will present herself a certain way to make sure you love her and you marry her. But you don't get deep enough to know your wife was a G before she met
Delvin,
you.
Right.
Delvin always says there are so many people being out there married and they don't know
Really know
that
who
they
you
wife
are.
got the
Wife
brick
was,
up
but
in
no,
them.
that-
Because
so-
they don't brick the
You know,
brick
you
up
know-
out them.
You know what guys mistake do? They ask, what's the wife's body count? She's, I was only being with 5 guys.
You know what?
lying like a motherfucker. And y'all believe that shit, not knowing that your wife
Look.
was at TSU giving the work.
Look,
You know
To
what
the
I'm
whole
saying? To
band.
the whole band.
Look, man, they are only counting raw sex. They're not counting condom sex
We're
because
also
it
only
didn't count.
counting good sex.
No, look.
If it's
That's
bad,
what
we
they
don't count.
Oh,
No,
Look, I'm
they're
gonna
only
tell you.
counting sex
That
they
nigga
had
don't
feelings
count.
for.
Right, only
That's
only
even
certified boyfriends.
Relationship sex.
So
Look,
no more than
they're
about
not-
good 10.
they're not-
You're not
The
going-
girl, she told me that she only had sex with 3 people.
It's
I was like,
30.
you lying mofo.
You have to ask her like,
you got
can you
5
break
kids?
down the list? Like, so which ones are you?
She's
skipping?
not counting.
35 years old,
She's not
3
counting the
people.
trash
Lying,
dick.
no.
She's not counting
That didn't count.
the time she fucked her friend's boyfriend.
She's a born-again
not,
virgin.
She's not counting the
Exactly.
condom sex because again, if you wash your hands with gloves on, did you really wash your hands?
Did you?
I don't know. Does it count? We don't know.
It really
don't.
I say be
So-
careful what you ask for.
Be careful
Because
what
you
you ask
just
for.
might get it.
Yeah.
Don't overplay your hand, bro.
It's open
do you-
up.
He
It's wide
overplayed his
open.
hand.
You know what it's like when you got that spades hand. Like I'm finna kill him with this shit, and then the person across you don't have no diamonds. So like your aces, kings, and queens, and your whole shit then got knocked
Sick.
down.
You getting sick.
Right.
Look, this
it.
This is
Bored.
something.
You
This
set
is
yourself
something.
up, really.
This is
You
something
asked
that I
for that.
think is funny. For a man to get just as much play, the man has to have a whole lot of options, which normally means he has to have a lot of money,
I'm
right?
about to say money has to be the factor.
For a woman, she could be dead ass broke, and she gonna have more
We going on
options.
dates.
Look, the
Dudes are gonna
look,
smash regardless.
the richest man's wife can get it just as much as he can, and she don't have to have what he
The
has.
brokest
Right.
man's wife can get it more than the richest man himself.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Bump all that, bro.
Facts.
So let me ask you this: if this was always in her, and he didn't do his due diligence to find this out,
Yo, babe.
would you say that it's?
Yo,
Now, this
babe.
is my personal opinion. She didn't, and a lot of women don't reveal that side to their husbands or long-term
They don't
boyfriends.
want to be seen that way.
You're
because
right.
they
That
don't
ain't
want to
none
be
of
seen
your
that
business what
way.
had happened
They
before we got
suppressing the
married.
WAP.
Unless you
I
They're,
agree.
they're suppressing the WAP.
I agree. Don't
And
ask them questions.
would you say he doesn't move them like that?
Well, I feel like he obviously doesn't have something in order to bring whatever it is out of her that he's needing, unless he's looking for something in a, you're looking in the wrong place for whatever it is he's want.
But you
All
know
women
what?
got
though?
the freak up in them.
No, but
Right.
you know some
Oh,
guys. No, but some guys fool themselves. I've known guys like I had a friend of mine I had from college, and he would not want his wife to perform oral sex, do anything freaky, because he wanted to see her in a different way. But he kept side chicks to do all the
To do
freaky
all the
stuff
freaky
he liked
That's weird,
because he didn't
though.
want to see his wife in a certain way.
I've known guys like that.
I
Yeah,
know
I've
guys like that.
Yeah.
And so you
That's
set
something
yourself
wrong with
up
Now
for
you
that
get
kind of
yourself
failure.
in
Like-
entanglements.
Because
You
you
will,
said-
you will not suck my dick. You're my wife, and no wife of mine
Exactly. I don't
She's
want
sucking
to.
What kind of
Somebody
wife is saying okay?
No,
I mean, my
no.
opinion.
He's completely right. I know guys like
Like
no,
that?
I've known multiple guys. I use him as an example, but I know multiple guys that they want to see their wife the same way they saw their mother. So therefore, they don't want to bring that out
That's
in them.
that
That's
Freudian
weird.
shit.
That's real weird.
It's terrible.
It's called. Look, you can look it up. It's called the
About
Madonna
that.
whore complex.
Hey man,
No, I'm totally
Hey,
serious. It's
I
a
got a
clinical
question.
thing.
It's no less funny.
Since
Just
we
wasn't serious.
since look,
I don't even have a mic. You gotta explain the Madonna horror complex. I need
the-
an explanation.
Elaborate, please.
It's
What is that?
the Madonna whore complex is you have to separate. You can't have those two things coexist in the same woman. You have to have your angelic wife that you treat like the Virgin
Well, what
Mary.
happened to
Then you have to
freaking
have
sheets, a woman in the streets, or however the hell that go. What happened to you? Can't
Some
have
guys-
every,
handle
some
that. Some
guys that
guys
can't
can't
handle
handle
that.
that.
They're
I
not
want to
built
freak
for
in
that.
my sheets, just not everybody else's. Kiona, let me ask you this: you a woman on the panel right now? Would you take that deal? If your man came and said, "Look, you know what? Let's just open the door up. You do what you do. I do what we do."
Entanglements for everybody.
I feel like originally, if that was the case, but obviously that wasn't the case since they got married. So it's like whatever happened in the middle, where he's like, okay, this is not working for me. It's like that's different. Now, if we upfront, like this is, that's
is what we're gonna do.
doing, then that's different than like, okay, I'm thinking I'm in a monogamous relationship, and all of a sudden you want to see other people.
Yeah.
Here go these wigs and some different outfits or something. Because no, for me.
Well, what you guys remember that movie with Chris Rock when he just got mad and like he was.
oh, you talking about it? Yeah, when
I don't want hamburgers
No,
every
he say,
night.
"Can I get some fucking duck?"
Can I get some duck? Whatever
You want
he
a
said.
variety.
I think
Well,
Not
sometimes
another
it
chicken.
just boiled down to
Don't get married.
variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, I think I love my wife.
Yeah, I think.
But he got out
yeah.
there and realized that wasn't his life, though.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I
think
say be real with yourself, and then you won't have to worry about nothing.
honesty with yourself from the beginning
Yeah,
is
that's
amazing.
what it
Be real
sounds
with
like. It
yourself,
sounds
and then
like
be
that
real with what you
movie.
need, what
He
you
went
want.
out and he wasn't getting what he wanted to get.
Right.
Then he came back to his wife. Except this time, this guy's wife was freaking on.
She wasn't at home.
She was with the
let's
shit.
be honest. Though.
She was at the Waffle House getting it in.
Right. So look, let's
Giving
be
up
honest.
all the waffle.
His real issue
fruit.
is not that she's living her best life. Is that he's not living
Living
his. The
at
streets
all.
not
I
checking.
think now
If
she has
he
to
was-
prove
That
a
is his
point.
best
If
life.
he was-
That's the
if
best
he
he
was-
could do.
If he was getting
That
a
is
lot
his
of
best.
action, a lot of
wouldn't even be
response from the
worried
streets,
about it.
he wouldn't even be worried about it.
At all.
But
You have to be-
his
It
phone
matters.
is dry, so he's worried about it.
You know
It
what?
matters.
Ego.
As a man, you have to be able to not put some thoughts in your head.
His ego.
Look, I know people who tried to be swingers and they did good until they swapped and that dude bent up his wife's
Yeah.
spine.
Ain't no
After
fun
that,
when the
it was
rabbit
like,
got the
oh,
gun.
Ain't no fun
we
when the
can't
rabbit
do
got
this
real
no
talk.
more.
That goes both ways. That goes both ways. I've heard that story too.
That used to fit me well.
Yeah.
Then he
Now
fell-
it's loose.
Now he fell into it. He got a problem.
Hey, how you doing?
Whoa.
Wait
Let
a
me help you
minute.
out.
So
T the fuck out.
I'm wondering, would he be? Hey, let's keep this going. Let's extend it 6 months. Let's make it a whole lifestyle.
indeed.
If he was getting a lot
Man,
of
that
response,
dude
He
would kill
probably
his
would,
wife
though.
so fast, bro. You talking about that Torry Lanez shot a girl?
Yeah.
He would kill his wife so fast, bro. He not
might
ready
be
for that life.
contemplating
Look,
it already. I might
He
get
might
the
be
wife
okay if his wife was acting unsatisfied, like she was getting low quality dick. If she come home with some of that high
So-
fidelity dick,
So he
gonna be like, "Oh, we can't do this."
So I'm play devil's
So he just
advocate.
might-
So I'm play devil's
I
advocate to the side of the
changed
coin.
my
What if she just fucking with him? What if she just really going to her
Lying.
sister house every night and then
Right.
sending pictures home every day?
I can
to
believe
fuck
that
with him?
happens. You know
That
why I
could
believe?
be.
You know why I believe stuff
That's a
like that
50-50
happens?
chance.
Have you guys ever?
that's some
ran
high
into-
level trolling.
Have you guys ever ran into an ex
He
and
started
the
it,
ex
though.
always does her best to make whoever her boyfriend is now better than you? He
Right.
plays for the Dodgers and he drives a spaceship
sometimes
And
to
he's a
the
surgeon.
Dodgers game.
I think it's a point to make to be like, okay, I can't show up with a bum ass nigga after I already had one. Like you have, it's like a point to prove if you petty.
So
like
that's what it is.
So I
It's
feel
a
like
point
if
to
he
prove.
being petty, then she like, well,
They be lying anyway. I
I'ma
don't
meet you
care.
at the
We don't
petty
even
gates.
care though. It's
This is
them.
what I've learned in my life. I've been around a lot of women
He
in my
does care.
family, a
That's
lot
the
of
whole
friends.
point.
Here's what I learned in my life: never challenge a woman, bro.
Never, 'cause we are petty.
Petty. I've seen him. I've seen
With a
people.
capital P.
I saw a guy challenge his wife about money and this and that, and she showed back up in 30 minutes with $600 so fast it
Like,
messed
I don't
him up,
have
and all she
to-
did was go get it from her sister.
Well,
but she didn't tell him where it came from. Okay,
Yeah,
you want
right.
it? Boom. Don't ever challenge a woman.
I
if you're
bet
not
she
ready
could have
to-
got it from a man too.
She could
She
have.
could
but
have.
She proved the point
That's the
that, like,
whole
just don't
point.
fuck with me.
And
Exactly.
especially don't challenge her to a body count contest.
Yeah.
Ever.
Never. Hey,
No.
Miles, go ahead and give us a lesson.
Yeah,
on
what's the-
this
what's the
one.
lesson
So
on all
So,
this?
wrap
so
this
here's
one
the
up.
lesson. I have my lesson. My lesson is don't ever ask questions you don't want answers to.
Ooh wee.
Never ever.
And the second one is something that Delvin drives in my head at least twice a week.
Did you say twice a wood?
Twice a
I
week.
knew something was wrong with you.
Here's the deal. It's never yours.
Oh.
You're just your turn.
Oh.
And don't ever forget that. What Delvin say if you married is 99-year lease.
You got a
right?
99-year
say
lease.
you
That's all
lease
you
It's
got.
rent to own, and you never gonna pay that shit off, bro.
Yeah. Never.
Facts.
It's like a timeshare.
Well,
Out. All right. All right, man. So look, we done it, man. We done hear 4 topics, 4 hard-hitting topics of what's going on this week. It's amazing what America gives us to talk about. It seems like every week we're gonna run out of stuff to talk about, but
Never.
America always keeps
Always
us lit.
something new.
Social media keeps us lit. People in general keep us lit.
I'm sure something's happened since we've been here.
Oh, no doubt. I'm sure something's happened. You know what I mean? Like even today, I was doing a radio show, and then in a matter of seconds, I got the notification that University of Alabama got 500 new COVID cases this week since kids been back to college. So there's always something to talk about. We'll always be here talking because this is what we do. If we weren't here talking to y'all in front of a camera, we'd be here talking to each other about something.
Yeah, let's talk
But
about
let's
this
talk about this
back
stick,
third.
man. So we got down to this bottom third of this stick. I finished my drink, so I got to really enjoy the stick. And it actually turns to be a lot better than what I really expected it to be from the beginning. I got those notes you guys are talking about. It is smooth. One thing I will say, it's not complex. It doesn't really change.
That was going
throughout
to
the
be
stick.
my review of it.
Yeah.
It's not complex.
not
and sometimes
You don't really
sometimes-
need that all the time.
you don't
Yeah,
need
it's
that
not a
all
lot
the
of
time.
change from
It's a great
beginning to
place.
end, but it's great.
It's great. It's great. I think I can smoke this and watch TV, smoke this and listen to whatever music listen to and chill, listen to
Good
it.
morning, midday stick.
Without a doubt, you can work with it.
Definitely.
This is a good stick to smoke with while you're working at home
Yeah.
now because everybody's at
I
home
wouldn't.
working.
I wouldn't end my night with it, but
No. I wouldn't end my night with it.
Definitely
But
make it a part of your
Only way
day.
I'd end my night if you
Saturday morning coffee or tea.
Can
Yeah.
I give you a
crossover
situation?
stick.
If you eat like something really light for night, like a salad for dinner or like some fish or something,
Yeah.
then you could do this. If
Yeah.
you don't want to put it too heavy on top of
Yeah.
that, because that'll mess you up. This is a great. You know what else is great for? If you have a new smoker that's moving on from just flavored or infused sticks, it's a great stick to move on to. It's a great second level stick to go to.
I will say one thing about the complexity, even though it stayed pretty much the same cigar throughout, towards the end, I am getting some cinnamon.
I'm getting a little cocoa. I get a little cocoa.
I'm getting some
taste
cinnamon in the
toward
back.
Go ahead, keep going.
No, I'm just getting a little bit of cinnamon to add into the cream and
Right.
the woody notes.
So
and such.
I was since y'all talking about y'all smoking the same part of the stick. You got cinnamon, you got cocoa. I was watching another podcast about nothing about straight cigars or whatever, and they had a guy who was an expert who had been in the cigar industry for 20-something years, and he worked for a big company. And what he told me, which I really didn't even know, was based on the stuff that you're used to tasting in your life.
Yeah.
That's the same cigars could bring out different stuff for you than it does for me.
Okay.
Because I'm
Yeah.
used to eating certain things. So
Right.
if you eat a lot more
Different
chocolate and
flavor
you have a lot of
palette.
flavor palette,
Yeah.
it's going to prey on that flavor palette. So you may get something different.
Absolutely.
So as you guys see, as you guys listen to us talk about what we're getting, and you smoke the same sticks and you get some of the same stuff, it may be because your diet's the same. It may be because you have the same, you're used to the same type
Right.
of taste, and that's fine. That's why we're here, because the four of us will get something different out of the same stick,
Right.
and you can go try this stuff based on, hey man, I relate to what Delvin says a lot about his stick. I'm gonna go try the stuff he likes.
Yeah, like
That's
last
what
week.
it's
Like last week, I had got a lot of the spice and the pepper on the front end. I wanted it. I enjoyed it. Tyrone didn't, and that's just our takes on it.
Let me ask you guys a question, because there's sticks that you would smoke again, and there's sticks that are box worthy. For you, what do you think about this stick? And I'll start with you. Is it box worthy, or would you just smoke it again?
I would smoke it again. I wouldn't say it's necessarily box worthy, because at the point in day where I would smoke this, there's a lot of other sticks I would choose over it. It's still a good stick.
Okay.
So if I seen it somewhere, maybe midday, maybe me and Miles go somewhere and we having lunch or something, but we got to get back to work, I'll smoke one of these. It's very consistent. It's not going to be too much on you.
Right.
And you can get back to what you got to do.
What about you, D?
Yeah, I mean, Miles never buys me lunch, but it's cool. It's all good,
Right.
But even
I didn't say he was going to buy me lunch. I said we went to lunch.
You like ramen noodles, right?
yeah,
I'll buy you as much ramen
10
as you
for
want.
$1. Yeah.
I got you.
Hot
Quarter
spice.
packs. We got you.
Yeah, I would definitely buy this stick. I don't know about a box, but I would definitely buy it. It's a great stick. Like I said, really even construction, great draw,
Great
good
draw.
midday.
I tell you what,
especially early in the morning.
I'll say I will buy a box of these, and let me tell you why I'll buy a box. Not that it's my favorite stick. I don't only buy boxes of my favorite sticks, but I think having these around to smoke it, if I can get a good deal on them on a box, I'd
Now
buy
that's
it.
a different story.
Because you can smoke these during
That's
the
a
day.
different story.
And then on top of that, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be mad giving this to somebody who's a novice cigar smoker.
Right.
If somebody's not like, if you come in, like if Delvin comes in or Jay comes in and says, hey, give me a stick, I probably wouldn't get this to him unless it was, a noon time or whatever. Say, hey, this would be good for this time. I'll probably give him something that he can appreciate more. But for somebody who's not an expert cigar, isn't deep into cigar smoking, and they're at the house, I wouldn't have a problem giving it to them. So I wouldn't mind getting them at a good price.
Yeah.
Would I pay $12.75 a piece for a box of them? Probably not. It doesn't fare in that $12.75 range for me. And also, we buying this out of a lounge, so it's probably gonna be a little bit of a markup on that price anyway. So if I check these
Upscale
out,
lounge.
yeah, exactly. So if I check
Right.
these out and I find I can get a box of them somewhere around $8-9
$8-9
a stick,
yeah.
That would
then
change things.
Then I probably
That
would
would
definitely buy
change
a box of them and have in there, because, like you say, I could smoke it with tea in the morning. I can smoke it while I work during the day. I can smoke it if I'm just chilling,
At night.
outside, or like
Even if you don't want nothing to drink, you're drinking water.
water. It's cool.
Yeah.
Or even
Yeah.
if you're like going to a function and you don't have time to enjoy all those notes that you would enjoy inside of a complex stick, I take it with me.
And
Right.
you know what? I'd like to say this too, because there's some people who really, they're into cigars and smoke cigars, but they don't really like full body cigars.
Right.
You run into people like that. So if you're somebody who just want a good cigar, but you don't want too much out of it, this might be for you.
So I would absolutely buy a box. And
Right.
the reason being, some sticks that are mild to medium, the notes are you have to really
very pronounced.
No, not
Not
pronounced.
pronounced.
They're very subtle, and sometimes you got to really sit down and get with it. But these notes are very pronounced, and as long as I have a stick where the notes are very pronounced, a mild stick that notes are very pronounced is rare.
I
So
agree
I
with
would
you.
buy a box.
I agree
would
with
absolutely
you.
buy
A lot of
box.
times when you go to those mild sticks, I equate it to smoking newspaper. Like, you don't really get anything out of it, right? You
Right.
just get a lot of fair, smooth, soft smoke, and I'm kind of annoyed by that. That's why I smoke a ton of medium sticks. The medium sticks I do smoke, I agree with Jay. You want those notes that hit you so you can really feel it, and this kind of falls in that category for me.
Yeah, I would gravitate more to pairing it with something hot, but like a cocoa or chai or.
I'm really interested to see what this sells in the open market as opposed to an upscale lounge, and see what the price point is, because I think that's
a big deal.
I think as an $8-9 stick, this is probably.
That's what I was thinking.
It's probably a really good $8-9 stick. It's probably just an average $12 stick at the most, but I think something around $8-9 stick.
I think
we got to remember
fair.
though, it is a Trinidad, and Trinidad does make Cuban cigars.
Yeah,
they do have a Cuban blends in Trinidad, and then they make sticks in Nicaragua and also Honduras too. So the ones that we're buying from the States aren't Cubans, but I've smoked Trinidad Cubans that were fantastic.
Right.
Overall, good stick, good review, and I'd be smoking it again. And again, for everybody who didn't pay attention to the first segment when we introduced the stick, this is the Trinidad Esteli. You can look at it. There's multiple sites online that are reviewing this cigar. I did check it out before we lit it up, but I didn't read the review because I wanted to get my own assessment of what it was. But again, we're coming from the Downing Street Cigar Lounge inside 5 Central. Yeah. Deep in the heart of River Oaks. This is a beautiful establishment. There's a restaurant. There's 4 bars, including the lounge we're in right now. And there's
it's a red room.
There's a red room, and there's 3 bars downstairs. It's just an amazing place. And if you're big into social distancing right now with COVID, this is probably a great place to hang out.
Beautiful courtyard.
Spread out, and there's a beautiful courtyard and patio. So check it out. The owners are our friends. Come here and check this place out if you're in Houston. If you live in Houston, you definitely want to check it out. If you're coming from out of town, you definitely want to come and check out this establishment.
Look, so I've looked this stick up. If you're buying a box of these, they go for about $5-6.
Now that's different.
Wow,
that's different.
Wow,
that's different.
So literally, you get a box of 20 of these for $100.
Now,
that's crazy.
Okay, now
I meant for a box.
That's a whole different point, right?
That's different.
Well, that changed the game.
That changed the game, and that's why I say if the difference between buying online and buying from establishments and buying, and I do say we still have to support the
brick and
lounges
mortars
because that's why they make their money. But shoot, you get a box of these for $100. I get 20 of them for $100.
Yeah, maybe
can't pass that up.
I'm definitely putting that in the humidor.
I'm all in. I bought the. We haven't reviewed this stick yet, but we will. The CAO TAA, which was
we definitely the way you smoke them joints, we gonna have.
Well, I bought a box a couple weeks ago, and it was a box of 10 for $100, and I thought that was a great deal.
Yeah.
For that stick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
$6.
Yeah. We need to get our people down in Solcieti to write about that or something.
Absolutely.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out Solcieti. So make sure you go check him out. He's in the building. Matter of fact, come
over here and say something, man.
Come say something. So
come say something.
Jeff, get up here, man.
Come on. Let the
SOL. Hold up.
Come on, man.
SOLCIETI, like on his shirt says. So he's HTX Solcieti.com.
Speak on the company a little bit, brother.
Yeah, speak on the company.
I don't really know what to say, but
well, then say it.
actually,
he say get his album Flash.
Yo, Flash, everything, whatever. So basically, we started Society. We just wanted to bring something different, to the city of Houston. So Houston is our first market. Right now, we're getting ready to launch Dallas at the end of the year. We're getting ready to launch Austin the first of the year. So we just wanted to give people a place to come that was like us. Because a lot of times we don't get the news. So we wanted people to hear the news from our voice. So we hired a bunch of people to come write about what's going on in the city. Was basically just for us. Because a lot of media publications, they don't target us. They don't bring news to us. And when we do read it, we really don't trust it. So we wanted to give people a trusted voice just to check it out. So you can check it out. Go to Society.com. SOLCIETI. You can check it out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So,
and also next podcast we'll all have on Soul HTX. I'm just
you
saying.
You will.
I'm just saying.
Smile.
If you don't see us in Soul HTX shirts, don't go to the site.
Look.
I'm just playing.
Smile. He said, "I don't know what to say. Give me that mic."
Hey man, I thank y'all.
But
man.
y'all doing the
Absolutely.
same thing we're doing.
We love what you're doing.
You're bringing a spotlight to a section that needs a spotlight and
Yo.
a voice to people who need voices.
They need honesty.
And I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can work. I'm not hopefully we will work something out. You'll probably see us with them. You'll be back some more, man. I want to hear you come
definitely,
talking some
man.
more.
Oh, yeah,
Come sit on the
definitely,
panel
man.
and give your opinion on some
Definitely.
stuff.
Definitely.
So, yo, man, I
don't know
appreciate
if
you
I
coming
don't know
up.
if I can hang with y'all guys, man, but I mean,
You can
y'all-
hang, bro.
Y'all definitely doing a great job, man. I just appreciate the invite. I appreciate everything y'all doing.
Bet.
Y'all touched on a lot of stuff that I think people need to hear about, and it's good to hear it from people that look like us. Yeah, you got the jokes, but you also have that serious conversation that everybody needs, man. I think a lot of times, a lot of what's going on is serious, but that's why you have like David Chappelle, and he can give it to you serious, but it's also soft and sweet.
Yeah, palatable.
Yep.
You can take it.
So, and I think that's how y'all bring it, man. So, sticks and shit.
Sticks and shit talk, bro. This is what we
Sticks and
do. We
shit
smoke
talk.
sticks and we talk a lot of shit.
Society.
Society, yo.
Appreciate
Society
it,
Houston,
man.
bro. Make sure y'all check SOLCIETI. Did I get that right? I got that right, yo. Check it out on all platforms.
SOLCIETI.
Speaking
Yeah.
of platforms, make sure you go check out Sticks and Shit Talk Podcast on Instagram, Sticks and Shit Talk Podcast on Twitter, Sticks and Shit Talk Podcast on YouTube,
Yeah.
and Four Brothers Podcast on Facebook. And we're coming to your podcast app soon.
Hit the follow and
Hit the
subscribe.
follows, hit the subscribe.
Or we gonna
Yo.
send K-Tron after
We're
you.
gonna see K-Tron. Y'all ain't seen
And he
K-Tron
coming.
behind. Anybody that wear a turquoise polo and a Rap-A-Lot hat to the side, you better be on
You
lookout
gotta
for.
watch out for that boy.
Watch out for that
Like,
boy. Check us out
what
personally.
happened to them boys?
Check it out personally. Urban.Tyrone on Instagram. Also find him at Soapbox Heroes everywhere. Delvin Expert. Also Westside TV. JST201. Westside TV. I am Miles Anthony. Miles Stream TV on Instagram. Check us all out.
And Nolly Pro on the editing and the videography.
Yo.
Make sure you check out
K-Tron.
Nolly
And of
Pro.
course, we got to give a special shout out to my man back there in the solid gold joint back there, Champ Singleton. He wouldn't be
gold-plated
right
shirt.
without him.
Gold-plated shirt.
Next couple
Did you just
weeks.
call him Meteor Man?
Hey, man. You on another level. You know.
Next couple weeks, we're gonna talk about Atlanta Cigar Week because that is
Yeah.
coming up.
That's coming up
next
fast.
month.
Make sure.
Actually, in about a month from now.
Exactly a
It's
month,
coming
yeah.
up September 14th through the 20th, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? So big week for cigar smokers worldwide. Atlanta does this
Especially
thing.
black cigar smoke.
But especially black cigar
Yeah.
smokers. Atlanta is the spot at that time of year. So we got a lot going on with this COVID thing, but people need a break from the bullshit right now. And I think it's going to be a big crowd.
I'm not
huge.
black. I'm Aboriginal.
On that note, deuces. Make sure y'all smoke y'all
Peace.
sticks. And don't forget to talk your shit. Peace.
Peace.
Well, we're back, or I'm back with these fine gentlemen. And in my expert opinion, I don't think my man was wrong for open Pandora's box with his wife. Now, it didn't work out too well for that nigga. But that's because, again, he overestimated his sexual marketplace value.
You need a blue book?
Needed a blue book. He didn't do the Kelly Blue Book. But I don't want to discourage anybody, especially guys, from getting her to open up and reveal that side of herself, because you might have a stone cold freak on your hands, but you'll never know that because she thinks you one of them judging ass dudes, and she probably know you're not about that action. You think you are, but she knows you're really not. So he was right to do it, but he was wrong in the execution. And he wasn't really ready for the truth. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you know what? I'm going out there, I'm going to get all these hoes. They were probably out there gassing him up because he was married. Yeah. And that's kind of, little married guy game. They wanted him because he was already with somebody. He was pre-cleared. His wife pre-certified him. Now that you're like, I don't have the wife to pre-certify me, the street's not checking for him because you're not pre-selected. So it didn't work out for him. And I don't see the picture of the guy, but we'll assume that she's a lot more attractive than he is. So it wasn't an even trade. Now, I know people who are in open relationships, and they both go out on dates, they do their thing, whatever. It's all cool. In my estimation, I would say they're probably both equally attractive. Now, if she's really attractive and you look like warmed over bullshit, don't try this. because it's gonna end very badly for you.
Warmed over bullshit.
Warmed over bullshit.
All right. It explodes in the microwave.
Busted can of biscuits, all of that.
All right. All right.
Don't try it. But you are right to try to encourage her to open up and be honest with you and reveal that side of herself, because a lot of guys will never see that because she don't fuck with you like that. Yeah, she married you. You get her a car every other year, got her a house, but she don't fuck with you like that.
Yeah.
She's not going to give you the Pornhub side of her, because everybody's got one in them, and everybody doesn't know how to get that out of her. Again, just because yes, you do.
Do you have to what? What do you say?
What you say, Jay?
You got to stick it in their butt.
No, that's true, by the way. But again, when she's like, "Oh, I'll never do that," my guy, she's talking to you. She's not talking to us. Her sexual do's and don'ts are localized to you. Just because she says she won't do it, that doesn't mean she won't do it with me. You just don't move her like that. She don't fuck with you like that. And it's hard for a man. That's a hard thing for a man to accept. You know what? I put her in the house. I get her the new whip, but she just don't fuck with me like that.
The freak won't come out.
Well, that's why I push the lust game. Because you can't buy it.
You can't buy lust.
Can't buy it. Nope, can't buy it.
It's natural.
It's natural. You either got it or you don't.
Lust or bust.
Lust or bust. If she don't lust for you, don't fuck with her. Walk away. Big facts. So, you know, my man, it didn't work out for him in the story. You know, his wife was out getting entangled. She probably had 3 or 4 August Alcinas at the same time. It was bad. But he found that out, you know, and she was really enjoying herself because she was like, you know what, I want my 2 months.
Ain't no going back, nigga.
You can't go back, but you gotta be prepared for that kind of shit. You gotta be like, you know what, win, lose, or draw, I'm okay with it, and I'm gonna stand on this shit, and I'm gonna own it.
You're releasing the pussy.
You're releasing it. It's like Star Wars. You are embracing the dark side. You may wish you hadn't, but why not? What you got to lose? I mean, he was honest with, well, and you know what? And you know what? You just, yeah, you and you know what? You just might. You just, but it's never yours. We just said it, it's never yours.
Your access to it.
Well, you gotta be prepared for that.
When a big Willie comes sliding better.
You gotta be able to stand on your shit and believe in it. Now, if your shit's trash and she hadn't been telling you, you know, hey baby, you know, I know we've been together for a while, but your dick game is trash. She's not being honest with you on several levels because you haven't bred that level of honesty with her. You don't have that open relationship with her. You know, not open relationship as far as entanglements or Will and Jada. You just don't have an open relationship with her.
Honest.
Where you can just be honest and upfront. Where she feels like that. You haven't created a no judgment zone in your relationship. And that's what this is all about. And that's why a lot of guys are never going to get not just an open relationship, but any kind of shit you see on Pornhub. Pick your category because, well, embrace the no judgment zone.
Embrace the no judgment zone.
Yeah, if she feels like or she knows you're never going to judge her, the world will open up for you. All kind of crazy shit will happen in your life. But if she feels like you're going to judge her, see, facts back here. If she feels like you're going to judge her, she's going to shut that shit down. And you know who is going to get all of that good shit? The dude
that's 3 inches from the ground.
The dude that is not going to judge her. He is going to get the dude that she lusts for. I always say, you know what? If it ain't working out for you, ask yourself who you should be. Be the man she would cheat on you with. Be that guy.
That's it, bro. Like,
be the guy she would cheat on you with.
Shit.
That's deep.
That is prophetic like a motherfucker.
That's like, what if CAT really spelled dog?
That's why we call him the X.
Hey, I'm going to put this on you. Taco Cat spelled backwards. It's Taco Cat. See? But I say all of that to say, get to know your woman, especially if you're early in a relationship. You know, even if you're late, get to know them, have a conversation, have a no judgment conversation. A lot of guys say, oh, I want to do all of this crazy freaky shit. I want to swing from the chandeliers and I want her to do backflips, but not with my wife though, because that's not stuff you do with your wife. Well, you know what? Maybe that's what she wants to do. Why don't you ask her? But you're too afraid to ask her because you might not be ready for the answer.
You might lose your taco cat.
Well, she might say, not only do I want to swing from the chandeliers, I want to do it, with hot wax and some whips and chains and shit. And Javier, and you wasn't ready for that answer. She just might enjoy the shit more than you, but you got to be okay with that. So vet your person, create a no judgment zone, and the whole world will open up for you. And that's what this shit is, in my expert opinion.